Hello and welcome to our Peace Bite. It's Saturday the 18th of April and I'm coming to you from Australia. My name is Nola. This week I've been reflecting a lot on the dialogue that I'm hearing in communities and also what's coming through media channels and in discussions with family and friends. And one of the things that I think is the most pertinent to talk about is empathy and also compassion. Years ago, as you will recall likely, the expression emotional intelligence came into being, and a lot of the time people didn't really understand what it meant to be emotionally intelligent. But a very big part of having those capabilities is being able to be empathetic towards other people. And the difference between empathy and sympathy is really wide. A lot of people confuse sympathy and empathy, and they get more into the sympathy mode and get involved and start taking on board somebody else's issues rather than stay as an active listener and be empathetic and understanding about what somebody's going through. If you think about a situation where somebody calls you and they want to be able to share something that's going on in their lives, it may be negative, it may be positive. If it's a sad situation, when you find yourself getting emotionally involved and you find yourself being torn to want to be able to solve their challenge for them, that's more in the sympathy line. And you need to take a step back and act as more of an active listener and as an impartial advocate for them. So you're not taking on board any aspect of what they're saying. You're simply listening to exactly what it is. You're hearing the emotion underneath. You're understanding by putting yourself in that situation. You're understanding what they're likely to be going through. And then you only respond to them in terms of imparting your opinion if they ask you. Now, compassion comes into it when you want to be able to help, but you know you can't. Compassion is about, it's kind of a border between empathy and sympathy. Compassion is feeling for that person and really believing what they say and what you're hearing as truth and acknowledging how they feel. But it's not taking on board what they're saying. It's simply being with them and supporting them at more of an emotional level than what empathy is. Empathy is fundamentally about understanding. And everybody in the world at the moment has a different set of challenges that they're facing. No one person and no one family is the same in what they're going through. And there are so many ifs, buts and maybes at the moment that's letting a lot of stressors build in people's lives. So staying empathetic to what they're dealing with, if people talk with you, but not owning what they're dealing with, giving advice if they ask for it and only if they ask for it is the best way for you to support them, and not taking away from that conversation and getting lost in the emotions. That's really important in terms of protecting yourself. I've got some ideas about what I'll talk about tomorrow as a forward-thinking Peace Bite, and I hope that what I've said today really resonates with a lot of you, and I appreciate the comments that you provide. Certainly, if you want to continue to email us about other topics that you want to hear about, feel free. You can do that through our website, and I hope you have a really wonderful rest of day or evening wherever you are in the world. Thank you for joining me. Cheers.